Oh yeah, it's your boy 𝐿𝐴𝐾. Holla at your boy. Oh yeah, laid back grooving and sipping on that. Yeah, holla at your boy. Topic of the day. I want to talk about living and dying. Are you living to die, or are you dying to live? Are you living while you're dying, or are you dying while you're alive, or you're the living dead, or stuff like that, right? Where do you go after you die? What does it feel like to die? Are your dreams died? Are they dead while you're alive? Did you resurrect the dreams that you thought died? Are you grateful for being alive? Does it make you feel good to be alive and well? Are moments dead when you aren't feeling alive, or are they at rest, or is it just the mind playing a trick on you? Why are you so concerned about dying and not living in the death of your old self? Is that an excuse of why you're not living the life that you're supposed to live? Are you in the resurrectional process of becoming woke again? And where did you wake from, and why are you awake? And are you awakening from a dream? Or is this the awakening time period? I just seen a pop-up that says, should I have given your spot to someone else? Like, is there a spot that can be filled by someone else that has the capabilities of my uniqueness that no one has? I don't think so, buddy. I'm just myself, and I'm gonna be who I want to be. And are we resurrecting the dead? Are we channeling the energy from the other side? Do you even die? When you go to sleep, right? Did you die? So do you die every day, every time you go take a nap or you go to sleep? Are you living in that dream that you had, and when you woke up, you were just in this dream, and the real reality is the dream that you had? Do you live in a continuation of this life after the transitioning of now? Are you everlasting in this dream of life? Did anyone really die, or they just moved to Cuba? Is this all a game? Does anyone really know what happens after you transition? Can you speak to spirits? Are you gonna live every day wondering what happens when you're not living, so that you don't do what you are supposed to do while you are living? Are you going to cherish your existence while you're here and not let the dead control your aliveness and your liveliness? Can you let to rest old habits that make you feel not alive and bring to life habits that make you feel alive again? Can you witness the death of a personality and the becoming of a new personality? Are you at peace with life, knowing that there is a momentary capsule of expression that exists on the projection of the movie screen? And who is watching the movie? And do you even care that they're watching the movie to give them the feeling of validation, dictation, and is the entertainment for you, for them, or are you creating a life that's worth living in the birth of a seed that you planted that you've got to witness, that may have killed a perspective of thinking that brought to life a new outlook on how you see things? Is it worth living for? Is it worth dying for? Is it worth trying? Are you going to experience it before you transition? Are you going to feel it? Does it make you feel the way that it makes you want to feel? Is that goal worth living for? Have you found your why? And has it resurrected a part of you that you thought died, but was living inside you, incubating and waiting for its calling to be alive again? Are you more alive going outside of yourself to find yourself, knowing that you already was looking for what was already in front of your face? You went outside to hug a tree and didn't hug yourself. You went outside to dance in the rain, knowing that the rain fell from your eyes when you cried tears of joy. You went outside to see how bright the sun was shining and how cloudy it was outside. But inside, you can smoke up a cloud and feel the illumination of your body that brings sunshine to the cloudiness in your mind. Are you channeling the channels that make your programming worth watching? Or are you programmed by the channels that they gave you to program you and your way of thinking? In the decomposition of a disposing of a temporary material, does that bring life, or does the seed that's being planted grow into life and stems into other branches of life and creates a cycle of life forces that are being created in the all-around process of regeneration and the generating and the evolution of what embryos and seeds and life-feeding processes entail, right? Are you a thought that's being simulated by a higher power because you was walking and you saw the wall and you still bumped into the wall even though you seen it, but you felt like you didn't have control, but you still bumped into the wall? So did you bump into the wall knowing that you saw the wall right there, or that you just was clumsy like that? And who gave you the perception of what clumsy even is to even think that there's such a characteristic that you could place on yourself to make you even think like that? Is there a higher power sitting there on a cloud in a chair like Abraham Lincoln, right? That you ask them for permission and you forget to ask yourself for permission to even believe in the source that's already planted inside of you? Or was it planted inside of you, or is it just is, or just is you just exist to even know that you are in control of the decision making, but you were only in death of consequences because someone told you the limitation of consequences that may occur if you made a decision? And did those decisions make you think and overthink? And what is overthinking? Or are you just doing? Or is this your purpose to even go through the experiences so that you can talk about these things so that people understand what they were going through? So now you become the mirror and the source-like image that they go to release the blockages and the barriers that don't even exist. Is it death that we're running away from, or actually the living of the abundance that we say we want, and it isn't accessible, or it is accessible, can we withstand the process of the patient manifestation, or are we content with the thought of it? Are you able to withstand those emotions that occur in the midst of creating that experience? And can you live within that truth of that transparency of experience so that you are able to express these moments of growth because you're witnessing the agelessness of image that is only in the beholder? Did you age numerically, or are you aging in the finery of your existence? So you're at this age that it's supposed to make you old, but now you're new in the birth from the old ways, which makes you age younger in the refinery of your pure essence. Not pure as in perfect, but pure as in knowing what you can change, be aware of, and what are you content or not content with, and what decisions can you make going further, knowing that you can exist and not exist in certain dimensions. And is it really scientific like that? Or is it just a simplistic way of living that we chose to make complex? And do you even know that since you're going to live on this earth and there's a transitioning from this earth and there's a moment of transitioning, is that the peaceful moment, or is it just a continuation of what you're doing now? So is the goal to be at peace here first, then be at peace there? Or is it to create chaos or disruption in breaking the peace of your barriers and your limitation to ignite the fire that's inside you that causes you to channel characteristics of your higher self and your godlike self to acquire a superior and supreme state of mind? And is that state of mind peace, or is it just pieces of emotions that you have to become at peace with, knowing that they all exist? Is it even that deep? Is it just a glass of wine, an intimate moment where it's no talking and it just is, and you're expressing yourself through body language, right? Is it a moment of intellectual expression? Is it a moment of the transmutation of exchanging energy and knowing that the exchanging of energy was just a transaction in the currency of the energy that was transferred, and that was all you needed to get to the next level of your life purpose and uniqueness of manifestation? Are we here to gain so many experiences so that we are enriched with wealthiness of knowledge, spirituality, financial abundantness, all these mental clarity moments that were not clear at first because you had no experience. Excuse me. So does it really matter? Like, you feel me? Are we gonna like worry about what death, or we just gonna worry about experiencing each other? Right? And are we going to be aware that in this billion populated world of energy, how did you recognize that you connected with another energy source, and how the magic was created to connect the sources together, and knowing that those sources and energies were going to happen? And how did you realize that you can create the service that brings forth a life in an energy force field based on dimensions and regions? How did you resurrect the feeling or the energy in that circumference or that dimension or in that radius of location? Are you living to hurry up and transition because of all this bullshit that you've seen on this earth and you ready to pack it up? Or are you withstanding all of the shit that you've seen and you like, before I get up out of here, I need it all? You feel me? Is that your motivation? Did it make you dark? Or you just in a dark place? Did it bring you light? Or you were just having a bright idea or moment? Or can you see the light and the dark and the different color spectrums that make up the wholesomeness of your existence? What new skills and talents are you going to bring to life from now on? Did you witness the death of your peers and your loved ones, friends, and say to yourself, like, okay, I know I can mourn, but why don't I get up this morning and continue what they didn't get to do so that I feel alive and I could bring alive that energy that they passed on to me that still lives in me because it didn't die. It just transferred to me. Are they living through you? Did their old ways and bad ways or negative ways die in the transferring of their energy into you? So did you become a refined version of them? Did you listen to their dreams and aspirations and what they wanted to do before they transitioned, so that you were able to fulfill their destiny? That became a part of your destiny. Are you ever living? Are you everlasting? Right? When leaves die, don't we witness them springing again? And they spring not only in the spring, on different sides of the world, they spring all year round. Because there's different ways of coming back to life. So is life in continuous seasons? And when you're seasoned, does it mean that you've actually become aware of the continuous cycle of living and dying, living and dying, living and dying? Or is it just living and living, living and more life and more life, more life and more life, more life and more life, more life and more life? If death and tongue is in the speech and it's in the tongue, right? Are you speaking about more life and living and stuff like that, and getting rid of what dies inside of you or what's dying inside of you? Are you resurrecting and watching the process of death to become more life, to be a life force in the living scheme of art in its life form? Are you high off of the levity of life? Are you at peace knowing that when you lay down and you relax and you go into sleep, that you're living in a moment of the death of being awake? Or are you awake in the death of sleep, just not of this world at the moment?
It's 8 o'clock.
And then, my folks, and there you have it. More life, more success. It's real, it's real, it's real. I felt it. I felt it, it's real, it's real. More life, it's real, it's real. It's happening. It's happening. It's living. It's living. It's living. Transition. You know what I'm saying? The connection is there. I feel it. It's powerful. It's powerful. It's beautiful. It's lovely. It's lovely. It's sexy. It's ageless. Yeah. It's here. It's here. The new is here. Yeah. It's here. The abundance is here. The wealth is here. The experience is here. Yeah. It's here. We're here. At the moment. Right now. The feeling is there. The work is being done. The work's already happening. It's already there. The force field is there. The energy, the love, yeah. It's there. It's there. All of the feelings is there. Regeneration. You watching the becoming. You feel it, you see it. Flushing it out, right? Light body, strong body, solid body. The humidifier, the humid, you feel me? The humidifier, that's one way I found the concept of like a process that I've seen. How does a machine, right, take negative, or is it negative particles or dusty particles, right? Take it from the air, brings it to a machine. The air is invisible, but you know that there's a negative aspect of the air that's around. It goes into the machine. When the machine needs to be filtered out, it's liquid, right? You flush out the liquid only to create the new cycle of air. And in that moment, there's a cycle of fresh air being in your system, which allows you to breathe clearly and to think clearly so that you don't have these negative thoughts. So then when you're thinking about the air that's around you and you know that there's negativity that exists, but you're flushing it out through your mind, and then you intaking all of these things that may be even negative in the intake of it all, but the body is filtering it out and it comes out through sweat, piss, shit, whatever, how it's supposed to come out, right? And mucus through your nose, whatever, and it comes out in a liquid form and you get rid of it only to become more light in your existence, and being able to be aware of that you can filter out the negative and the bullshit and stuff like that. And to know that even when we experience the intake of the psychedelics, right, it's still making you aware of the different characteristics of existence that you can filter out. You feel me? So the concept of a humidifier is beautiful. I got those for sale on my website too, you know, yeah. So we drinking the things that we become a reflection of, whether, you know, whatever it is. So I'm sipping on what I'm sipping on, and it makes me look as if I'm the living form or the reflection form of, you know, what it is, or whatever you think it is in your imagination. I'll let you think about that. So, yeah, it's beautiful. The art is beautiful, and what are we doing? We living, dying, we talking to the dead? Can you talk to the dead? Can the dead talk? Are they dead if they're talking? Is that even your business? Why do you want to wonder? Isn't it wonderful to even know if they can talk or not? Or is it just you talking to yourself? I don't know. But yeah, late bloomers, holla at your boy. Us TV, Jazz America. You already know what it is. L-A-K, you already know what it is. It's beautiful. It's sexy. It's amazing. It's powerful. Yeah, it's free. Yeah, it's expensive. It's exclusive. Yeah, I'll let your boy. Jazz America. Sonic's online now. All work online now. Yeah, Jazz America. Us TV. What's up?